Welcome to Faith in Focus. Jacob's Paradox, taken from the Book of Mysteries by Jonathan Cahn. Jacob's paradox, said the teacher, the paradox of a man who did everything he could to receive a blessing, and yet because of the way he went about receiving it he never could, until one time. On the day the blessing was to be given, his father Isaac asked who it was who was approaching him. Jacob pretended to be his brother and answered, "I am Esau." By doing so, he supplanted his brother. He thus became the one who supplants. Why is that a paradox? Because the name Jacob, or Yaakov, means the one who supplants. By not confessing his name, he became the very thing his name confessed, the supplanter. He became Jacob, the supplanter. He was the supplanter, and so he received a blessing illicitly, a blessing intended for someone else. So he never legitimately received it, and he would spend the next part of his life struggling and striving and scheming, until finally coming face to face with the truth. On the night he wrestled with God and begged God to give him the blessing. In the same way he sought his father's blessing years before. Yes. And it was then that God asked him, "What is your name?" Just as his father, before blessing him, had asked him the same thing. But this time was different. This time he answered, "I am Jacob," which is to say, I am the supplanter. But now he wasn't the supplanter. The second paradox, said the teacher, the reverse paradox. By coming as who he was, Jacob, the supplanter, he ceased to be Jacob, the supplanter. And it was only then that God said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel." So only when Jacob comes as Jacob can Jacob cease to be Jacob and become Israel. And the blessing can be complete. You see, you can never be blessed by coming as what you are not, but only as what you are, even when what you are is not what you were meant to be. God cannot bless a false saint, but he can bless a real sinner. So if you would receive your blessing, you must come to him as you are, with all your sins and failings, with no pretense or covering up. Then you'll be free and no longer bound to who you were. And your blessing will be given, and your name shall no longer be called Jacob the supplanter. The mission. Today, come to God as you are, with no covering or pretense. Confess what you must confess. Then receive your blessing. Genesis 27:18-19. And he came unto his father and said, "My father," and he said, "Here am I. Who art thou, my son?" And Jacob said unto his father, "I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me." Genesis 32:27-28. And he said unto him, "What is thy name?" And he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed." Psalm 32, verses 1-6. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My moisture is turned into the drought of summer. Selah. I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. Selah. For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee, in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Hebrews 4:16. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy, and find grace to help in time of need. James 4:8. Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Thank you for joining me on Faith in Focus. Remember, these insights are inspired by Jonathan Cahn's The Book of Mysteries. Until next time, may you find strength in the revelation of his love.